Hey guys, it's me Justin. Today I'm very excited to be bringing you guys the first video on my channel. So what I have planned for today is just a 2020 NFL pre-combine mock draft. This is just going to be my first one. After this I'll have a post-combine mock draft and I'll have other draft related videos coming out too. If you guys are interested in videos about the NFL and the NBA, then just stay tuned because this is definitely the channel for you. Without further ado, let's get right into this. Starting off the draft here with a pretty obvious pick, I got the Cincinnati Bengals going with quarterback Joe Burrow. Andy Dalton's time is obviously up in Cincinnati, so they're going to be looking at Joe Burrow to come in and be the new face of the franchise and the corner piece to this new Cincinnati team. Joe Burrow obviously had a great college season, Heisman winner, national champion, threw for 60 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, over 5,000 yards. Really one of the best that we've ever seen. And I'm honestly expecting this guy to just come in and kill it in the pros too. All the talent's there, and this guy's got all the potential in the world. Joe Burrow going number 1. Of course, here at pick number 2, I got the Washington Redskins taking edge rusher Chase Young. Pretty simple pick in my opinion. If I'm the Redskins, I'm not thinking twice about this. The best player in the draft just fell in your lap, so take him, no doubt. Don't think twice, like I said. Really not going to say much about this pick because it's a pretty obvious one. So, yeah, Chase Young here going number 2. Detroit Lions here at number 3 could definitely do some different things here. I could see Okudah, maybe even Tua or Derek Brown going here. But really, I feel like Isaiah Simmons is just going to blow the top off the combine. And that's going to impress the Lions a lot where they're willing to take him at number 3. Yeah, this guy's just so versatile. Plays linebacker, plays safety, plays a slot corner if you need him to. Really just a great player. I had a lot of fun evaluating this guy. Honestly, one of the most funnest players I've ever watched in college football, really. This guy's a beast, and I can definitely see his game translating very well in the NFL. 4th overall pick here, New York Giants are going to be selecting the best tackle in this draft in Andrew Thomas. Thomas brings a lot to the run and pass blocking game because of how fast and smart he is on the field. Thomas is coming in at 6'5", 230, so his frame sets him apart from a lot of other linemen. And really, he's just been a workhorse for Georgia his whole career. So I definitely see this pick panning out for the Giants. They're going to be getting their franchise tackles, someone who can protect their franchise quarterback and also open up more holes for Saquon. The reason why I don't see them going receiver here is because they already have Sterling Shepard. They drafted Darius Slayton last year. And also Evan Ingram's pretty active in the pass game too. So I see them laying off the skill positions here and just drafting one of their biggest team needs here in tackle. Not really a surprising pick here at number 5. The Miami Dolphins are going to be going with quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins have been looking for their franchise guy for some time now, and trading for Josh Rosen didn't really pan out as Ryan Fitzpatrick ended up just winning the starting job over him. There's a lot of talk on if the Dolphins will trade up to get Tua, but really I feel like it's in their best interest to just stay at 5 and hope that he falls to them. In my opinion, he really will fall to them. I don't see the Lions choosing him, although it does seem like that's becoming more and more of a possibility, and I also don't see the Giants drafting him. So really, I feel like Tua will be here at number 5. When he's healthy, this guy is obviously the second best quarterback in this draft. He's very controlled in how he plays. Amazing footwork, nice frame, and he works very well with speedy receivers. Tua here has all the tools to be a great modern-day quarterback, and I really hope that it pans out for this guy. Pick 6 here, the Los Angeles Chargers let Phillip Rivers test free agency, so really I see them addressing that quarterback position right away here and taking Justin Herbert. Herbert's a really interesting prospect. He's very lengthy, he's pretty tall. Honestly, he's really mobile for a guy his size, and obviously the arm talent's there. One thing that I like about Herbert is that he plays pretty poised. He always seems like he's pretty calm in that pocket. And that's always important for a young quarterback. One big con to his game is that sometimes he can get locked into his first read. But really, I feel like if he can fix that in the NFL, this dude can definitely be a nice pro. Carolina Panthers here are going to be going with the best defensive lineman in the draft and Derek Brown with the number 7th overall pick. Brown is a really exciting prospect in my eyes, and he's really got it all. He's got the toughness, the speed, the tackling. He's a great run stuffer. And he's also very quick for a guy his size. Panthers had one of the worst rush defenses in the league, so they're going to want to address that in the draft this year, and I see Derek Brown helping them out a lot. Putting him next to Brian Burns is going to be nice, and really I feel like this is a really good draft pick here for the Panthers. Derek Brown is definitely one of my favorite prospects. Number 8 overall pick here. This is honestly a tough one, but I have the Arizona Cardinals selecting an offensive tackle here. Now, I definitely could see them going receiver, but with the additions of Andy Isabella and Christian Kirk in last year's draft, I say that they look at the tackle position and they just value that more. They're going to want to protect their franchise quarterback a little bit more, and I feel like they're going to re-sign Kenyon Drake, so opening up more holes for him will definitely be important. A guy like Judy can go here, and that's really why I'm hesitant. But I don't know. I just feel like in real life they're going to address the tackle position. I feel like it's the right pick. They can always look at wide receiver in later rounds because this really is a very deep receiver class. But Wills, being the second best tackle in this draft, is the pick here. Number 9th pick here, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to address that hole at the cornerback position. Go out and grab the best one here in this draft class in Jeff Okudah. This is definitely good value for a guy like Okudah. Probably not a lot that I can say that you guys don't already know. I mean, this dude's obviously a workhorse, very quick feet. He's very fast. He has really twitchy hips. Not a guy that you're really going to see get beat a lot. Great in the man coverage set, He's aggressive. He's a willing tackler. Honestly, just a really, really, really nice prospect here. I'm a really big fan of Jeff Okudah, so... Pretty simple pick here for the Cleveland Browns. I have them going with offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs. Wirfs had nice production at Iowa and is definitely a guy that I can see translating well into the NFL. One of the biggest needs on this team, so it's really just a simple pick here. Tristan Wirfs here going number 10. Number 11th pick here, I got the New York Jets selecting the first wide receiver off the board and going with Jerry Jeudy. Now, really, I see him and Lamb as kind of a 1A and 1B, so whoever has the better combine, I feel like that's what it's going to come down to the first receiver off the board. But I definitely see the Jets going wide receiver here with the 11th pick. They could go tackle, they could go edge, but Robbie Anderson being on the last year of his deal, I say that they go out and they grab that new elusive receiver. Getting Sam Darnold a new target is much needed and will definitely be nice for this offense. Jeudy had a very impressive college season, racking up 77 receptions, over 1,000 yards receiving, 10 touchdowns, and an average of 15 yards per play. Getting Sam Darnold that new target is very important, and this is what I see the Jets doing. Number 12th pick here, I got the Las Vegas Raiders selecting wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Lamb's known for his route running and his knack for finding the open field. He's a very special receiver with many talents, and that's why I feel like he's the pick here at number 12. He uses his hands very well to get off of his defender and has very quick feet. I've been watching Lamb a lot lately, and he's definitely one of my favorite prospects in this draft. Getting Derek Carr, that new elusive weapon, is definitely very important, and this is what I see happening in the draft. Like I said before, I feel like him and Jerry Jeudy are kind of the 1A and the 1B, so it'll be interesting to see who goes first. Maybe a surprise pick to some of you, but at 13, I got the Indianapolis Colts taking quarterback Jordan Love out of Utah State. Love's a really interesting prospect in my opinion because it seems like he has all the physical gifts to be successful in the NFL, but he also has some major setbacks. He's got really nice size, 6'4", 220. He has a cannon of an arm. He's very mobile for a guy his size, and he's also very athletic. The two huge downsides to his game are his field vision and his awareness. Sometimes his decision-making can hinder his throws too. Love's getting a lot of comparisons to Patrick Mahomes, and I can definitely see why. If this guy gets it all together, I can definitely see him being a stud in this league. At pick 14, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going with defensive lineman Javon Kinlaw. I've been watching a lot of film on Kinlaw recently, and the one thing that I'm realizing is just how fast he is for a guy his size. He has very quick feet and very quick hips, and that's what I think sets him apart from other linemen in this class. Really, I see Kinlaw as a very special talent, and I think that the Bucs will realize that and take him at 14. Denver Broncos at 15 are going to take Alabama wide receiver Henry Ruggs. Ruggs is a third wide receiver off the board, and it's definitely for good reason. He has nice hands, he runs great routes, and not to mention he ran a 4.27 at the Combine. This dude is so fast, and I think pairing him next to Courtland Sutton is definitely going to be good for this offense. Getting Drew Lock another weapon is always good, and really I feel like it's what this team needs. If Ruggs is off the board, I can see them going with Christian Fulton, but he's here now, so... Atlanta Falcons at 16 are going to take edge rusher Calvin Chaisson. Really, when I watch this guy play, I just see a guy that's got it all as an edge rusher. He's got power, he's got speed, and he beats his man with ease. Really, the only setback that I see in him is that 2018 ACL tear, but bearing injury, I think that this guy can really just be a beast. I see Atlanta taking him at 16 here. I see the Dallas Cowboys re-signing Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott in free agency, leaving Byron Jones to be the odd man out. That being said, with the 17th overall pick, I see the Dallas Cowboys selecting Christian Fulton out of LSU. Fulton's a speedy, well-built receiver who really excels in the press coverage. The only small downside to his game is that he's not a great tackler, but I feel like his coverage and how well he plays with his hands really makes up for that. 14 pass deflections is just really impressive to me, and honestly, that's what sticks out to me most about him. Fulton's an impressive corner, and I see him going 17 here to the Dallas Cowboys. With their second first-round pick, I have the Miami Dolphins selecting edge rusher A.J. Epinesa out of Iowa. Epinesa is really just a pure workhorse, and he has length and power to go along with that. He has very nice pass rushing skills, and he's very smooth. The one thing about him is that he's not as fast as the other edge rushers in this draft, but what I think sets him apart is really his power. This is a good pick for Miami here at 18. At 19, the Raiders are going to select the third corner off the board here in Trayvon Diggs. Diggs is another corner who isn't great at tackling, but what he is great at is zone coverage. He's very fluid, he has nice footwork, but what stands out most about him is just how patient he is. He never gets antsy, and he's also very lengthy too. Raiders are going to want to add a piece to this defense, and I feel like he's definitely the right fit. At pick 20, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars adding another piece to that secondary, going out and getting the first safety off the board here in Xavier McKinney. McKinney's the number one safety off the board here, and it's definitely for good reason. He's a way better tackler, and he's also way better against the run than Delpit. His stats really do speak for themselves. He's pretty fast, and I think he's the prototypical safety in today's league. I like this pick here a lot for Jacksonville. My favorite receiver here, T. Higgins, is going to go off the board number 21st to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I can definitely see the Eagles going a different route here like Jalen Reagor or KJ Hamler. But I feel like they're going to go out and grab that big receiver who's just going to catch balls and come in and perform right away. Higgins is a huge receiver whose long strides really just make him a mismatch. And this guy's just going to go out and catch the ball. If the Eagles don't get him here, I feel like whoever does is going to get a steal out of him. At number 22, the Buffalo Bills are going to address the defensive situation and go out and grab Yetur Gross-Matos, an edge rusher out of Penn State. Here, I could see them going receiver, but really, I just feel like with Cole Beasley and John Brown on the roster, they're just going to look for one in a later round. The Bills need an edge rusher, and there's a reason why he's the fourth one off the board. He's fast, he has a high motor, and he has all the skills to be a good NFL player. Patriots at 23 are going to get a very fast riser here in offensive tackle Mekhi Becton. As of me recording this right now, this guy is a very fast riser. He's been going up draft boards every single day, so it'll definitely be interesting to see where he goes. If this guy has a nice combine, I can definitely see him sneaking into like even the top 10 picks. He's a very fast offensive tackle for his size, and he's very impressive. At pick 24, the New Orleans Saints are going to go with Colorado wide receiver Laviska Shenault. In my opinion, they're going to be looking for someone to put next to Michael Thomas and to get Drew Brees another weapon. So if Shenault's here at 24, I see them taking him. He's a guy that catches the ball and goes, so he's a nice yard after the catch wide receiver. This is a guy that I can definitely see fitting in the Saints system. So if he's here at 24, I say that they're going to go out and grab him. At pick 25, the Minnesota Vikings are going to be looking for a cornerback, so they're going to go with C.J. Henderson out of Florida. In my opinion, him and Trayvon Diggs are very close. Whoever has the better combine can definitely sneak above the other one. I've been watching a lot of Henderson's film lately, and really the thing that sticks out to me is how well he tracks and contests the ball. His frame certainly helps with that. He's a long, lengthy corner, and he's also very, very fast. This guy's definitely got potential to be a top corner in this draft class, so I'm going to be interested to see what he does in the NFL. Nonetheless, I feel like the Vikings are going to be looking for a corner, and he's definitely the best one on the board. Miami Dolphins at 26. I've seen some mock drafts with them going with the running back here, but really I feel like they're going to address some holes on the offensive line and go out and grab Josh Jones, a tackle out of Houston. This is a very nice tackle draft. You hear a lot about the big three, Wills, Wirfs, and Thomas. Maybe even the big four now if you can include Becton. But honestly, I feel like Josh Jones isn't too far off from those guys. He's obviously not on the same level, but like I said, he's not too far off. I mean, he's got all the tools to be a first-round talent. And really, this is good value for him at 26 to Miami. Jeff Gladney going pick 27 of the Seattle Seahawks. This is definitely a guy who I see being a project in the NFL. He's got all the tools to be a really good cornerback. He's got the physical tools like the athleticism and the quickness. He's got nice footwork, and he's also a pretty good tackler, so I can definitely see this guy being a successful corner. Seahawks here could go different positions like edge or receiver, but really I look at their depth at corner and really feel like they can use another one. And I feel like this is good value here for Gladney at 27. With a 28th pick here, I can see the Baltimore Ravens addressing a few different positions here, whether it would be edge rusher or even wide receiver. But really, I feel like with the departure of Tony Jefferson, they're going to value Grant Delpit here as the best player on the board, and they're going to select him. Delpit's very good in both man and zone coverage. He has really nice length, really nice size. Being 6'3", he matches up well against other receivers. And the one thing that I like about Delpit is that he's always a pest. He's always punching and poking at the ball, and that's obviously always very good to see from a safety. The only huge concern with him is the tackling, but I feel like John Harbaugh and that defensive crew could definitely fix that up for him. Tennessee Titans here are going to grab edge rusher Curtis Weaver, a guy who I feel like is one of the most slept-on players in this draft class. Has a lot of potential, and in my opinion, I can see him being a top 4, maybe even a top 3 edge rusher to come out of this class. He's got a very nice frame for an edge rusher, and he is just so powerful. He's hard to beat when he's coming against you. He's really just got that natural leverage, and it's very hard to block due to how quick his first step is. Definitely hard to guard. I've been watching a lot of his film recently, and I'm a big fan of Curtis Weaver. At pick 30, the Green Bay Packers are going to go out and grab that compliment to Davante Adams and also another weapon for Aaron Rodgers and KJ Hamler. You guys probably already know a lot about Hamler. He's a very speedy receiver. Also a pretty nice route runner. He's got good wiggle. He can break off easily. He's got the run after catch ability. And like I said before, he's just very fast. Hamler's definitely going to be a nice complementary wide receiver in the NFL, and I feel like Green Bay is definitely the right situation for him. They'll utilize him correctly, and I know that Aaron Rodgers will probably be pretty happy with this pick. Jalen Johnson here, going with the second to last pick in the draft. Him and A.J. Terrell are both very close in my opinion, so really this is another pair of cornerbacks where whoever has the better combine is going to go higher. But really, Jalen is just a little bit higher on my board. He's both athletic and he's also really speedy, so he can match up against just about anybody on the field. Like, when I say this, I'm being serious. This guy is very fast. Another part of his game, as you can see on the screen there, is his 11 pass deflections. He's really another one of those pesty cornerbacks who can get his arm in little spots, and really it's just very impressive. So Jalen Johnson is definitely a nice corner here in a deep corner class. Last pick in the draft here, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to address a pretty big position in need here and go out and grab LSU linebacker Patrick Queen. This guy's a pretty nice athlete. He's got nice football IQ. What I mean by that is just how he adjusts when an offensive player goes into motion. There's different things that I like about his game. He's a pretty nice tackler, and he can play in the 4-3, so I feel like this is a nice fit here for the Chiefs. Patrick Queen is definitely a nice prospect. I'm excited to see what he can do in the combine. But yeah, with the last pick here, that's going to round up the mock draft. If you made it to the end of this, I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate all the support. If you guys like content like NFL and NBA, then I advise you to definitely stay tuned and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be putting out a lot of videos very soon. Thanks again, guys, so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.